Jonah Williams still hasn't reported for organized offseason workouts. And yes, they're voluntary, but is he the favorite at right tackle with Jackson Carman in better shape and having a good offseason? What about La'el Collins? We will dive into the Bengals right tackle spot. Plus, there's a new quarterback in town. Hi again, everyone, and welcome into Cincinnati Bengals Talk. I'm James Rapien of allbengals.com. Hit that subscribe button, ring the bell, and make sure you support our partners from Rivertown Inquiry and rivertowninquiry.com. They have 2 locations now, including one downtown Findlay Market. Make sure you check them out at rivertowninquiry.com. Also, support a great cause with the cincyhat.com. And let's get into it because the Bengals offensive line has been a big discussion point for years and years and years. And Jonah Williams, obviously, over the past few months, has been in the news. He requested a trade. It is very public. Ian Rapoport reporting it shortly, 2-3 days after the Bengals signed Orlando Brown Jr. to play left tackle. And look, the Bengals wanted Jonah Williams initially to play right tackle, and that's what's going to happen. I've been adamant about it. I've kind of said throughout this process, if you watch us normally and regularly, that he is the favorite for that right tackle spot, for the starting right tackle job. And part of it has to do with money. He's guaranteed $12.6 million. So he's going to be on the roster. And the other part of it is I think the Bengals feel like he's the best option, even though he's going to have to earn it. And Albert Breer's latest reporting suggesting that as well of Sports Illustrated, he said that the Bengals are not shopping Jonah Williams by any stretch. And I agree with him. I haven't heard that they're shopping him. Could that have changed if they had drafted a tackle early? And there were some paths to that happening. Absolutely, it could have, but it didn't happen. So Jonah Williams on the roster, likely to be on the roster, likely to be on this team in 2023. And so he is the favorite for that right tackle job. And they won't come out and say that he's going to start week 1 or be the starter this season, but it would take a collapse of epic proportions, I think, for Jonah Williams to not be the starting right tackle for the Bengals in 2023, or an injury to another guy on another team to where the Bengals feel comfortable with La'el Collins and Jackson Carman and go that route, right? Where they say, oh, you know what? We have Cody Ford as a backup and Carman and La'el Collins coming back. We can trade Jonah Williams. But as of today, Jonah Williams is rehabbing that injured knee. He played through injury in 2022. And a lot of people are going to say there's no way he should start. No one was complaining about Jonah Williams after the 2021 season. And I know it was a bad year offensive line-wise. He was by far their best offensive lineman. So they're thinking, all right, move him to the right side. If he's healthy, this can be the best offensive line by far that they've had since 2015. So the logic makes sense to me. Breer also reporting that while Jonah Williams is away right now, and it is voluntary, a lot of guys are away and working on their own. He's rehabbing in California, basically underwent a procedure from Dr. Neil Elatrash, the guy who did Joe Burrow's surgery, to make sure that the knee stays in place and doesn't dislocate like it did last season. So hopefully that's the case. Hopefully the procedure is successful. He posted a video of him squatting a few weeks back. And Breer reporting, and this was kind of the news that you needed to hear, that Jonah Williams plans on attending mandatory minicamp. It's June 13th to 15th next month. So if he's going to be there for that, I think he's going to have to embrace that right tackle move. And if you're him, Jawan Taylor got paid $20 million plus per year. He's going to play right tackle for the Chiefs. Mike McGlinchey got paid 5 years, $87.5 million. You feel pretty good about that as well. And I know what some of you are thinking or saying. Well, what about Jackson Carman? Look, he's in better shape. He's doing some gymnastics, apparently. It's something he said. He said he feels better. He's not much different weight-wise, but it's better weight, which I totally understand that. That's great. Come in and compete, Jackson, because worst case, you're the swing tackle. And, you got Cody Ford there as well. And that's great. It would be great to have depth. Heck, maybe Cody Ford is just the backup right tackle and Jackson Carman is the backup left tackle. There's a lot of options. But the moment the Bengals went through the first, I'd say 4 rounds without an offensive tackle, and certainly, DeJuan Jones was probably the only one on day 3 that could have been interesting. You kind of knew. that the writing was on the wall, that Jonah Williams was the favorite to start at right tackle. That was always the case, even with his trade request. And it sounds like that's going to play itself out, assuming that he wins the job, of course. The Bengals will tell you that he does have to win the job. And the other part of this was him embracing it. Well, it sounds like he's certainly going to embrace it and show up next month for mandatory minicamp. Real quick, got to talk about the quarterbacks, because Brandon Allen signed with the 49ers on Wednesday, and the Bengals, well, they inked Trevor Siemian to a 1-year contract. It is official. The team announced it. I like this move. I like it a lot. Look, they brought in Siemian for a visit. I think it was April 5th. It was early last month. It was about a month ago. And you do that just in case you don't land the guy you were hoping to land in the draft. And there was a run on quarterbacks. The Bengals were in on quarterback, I think, in this draft. There was a run on quarterbacks. And so they said, okay, fine. And they probably called Brandon Allen, and they probably called Trevor Siemian. Allen opting to go to San Francisco. I don't know if the Bengals preferred Allen over Siemian. He's been here for the past 3 years. Continuity could make sense. But Trevor Siemian, very familiar with this offense, worked with Brian Callahan in Denver, has a Super Bowl ring, has made 30 NFL starts, so he has the experience. He's going to compete for the backup job with Jake Browning, and he would certainly be considered the favorite as well. So some of these little roster battles starting to play out a little bit. If you've missed any of our videos, by the way, make sure you check them out, whether it's our grades for every single draft pick and stuff to look forward to. We're working on some interviews. We will be in the locker room throughout the offseason, giving you content you're not getting anywhere else. Plus, I'm keeping an eye on this free agent market because I'm not sure the Bengals are done. And so we'll see. But there's plenty to come here on Cincinnati Bengals Talk. So do me a favor. Hit that subscribe button, ring the bell. And if you're looking for more Bengals coverage, well, you can do a few things. Make sure you check out in pre-order my book, Enter the Jungle. It comes out in September. You just got to go to CincinnatiBengalsBook.com for details. And for current Bengals news, make sure you check out allbengals.com and the Locked On Bengals podcast. So for Andrew Fox Miller, our channel coordinator, I'm James Rapien, signing off for now on CBT, Cincinnati Bengals Talk.